Hello there, this is Tarot Top 5 for 2017. And this is really in no particular order. And I realized too that, four of these are independently produced decks. It's just what I've been using this year, so that's the way it is. And this is in no particular order. It's not like, oh my god, that first one I'm using is my ultimate favorite. These decks have been kind of just consistently used. Thoth deck, the Curly Harris deck, has been permanently tossed out of the favorites because it would be on it every year. So, Tarot Top 5 for 2017. Holly Simple. Oh my god. OMG, OMG. I love this deck. Here's the back. I like her sensibility. I like her quirkiness. I like how the book is her creative process. I like how she did the cards. I like her weird little creature people. I just really, really love this deck, which is, you know, why it's on the favorites. It's upside down. It's quirky, it's fun, it's weird, and I've had it about a year now. I've had this one about a year because I ordered it last year in the holiday bundle. I keep putting everyone upside down today. And I'm so happy I have. She has an Oracle deck out now called Fuzzy Prism, and I need to pick that one up too. But yeah. Into this year, I kind of wanted to focus on, as far as like what I was buying, on independent decks as opposed to, and just look at that. They're just kind of weird. I like her sensibility and how she does this artwork. I wanted to focus on independent decks, at least for purchasing, which I feel like I have successfully done for the most part. I mean, I still buy in regular decks off like Amazon, but you know, I'm a little addict. There, let's see, trying to other pentacles. I mean, it's just, yeah, I enjoy it, and I really like how it reads. I really enjoy using it. And there was a point where I just kind of had to make myself like use something else for a little bit. So there's your Magician. I don't know if it's picking up the cats being bad in the background. I'm told no. Boundary issues with the wood stove. It's hot. Kitties burn. She singed her fur. Penelope did. She's a cat last year. She's like, what happened? What happened? That's weird. There's the moon. Which one is this up to? Nine of Cups. Fun deck, well worth the money. Guidebook 2 is one of my favorite guidebooks. It shows her artistic process as she went through this process of creating the deck, and just I like her take on it. I have been known to reach for that guidebook for other decks. Once again, I think Star Child Akashic Tarot may be on last year's. I don't remember. I try not to rewatch the other old ones before I first painting sold. Sorry, I'm very excited about it. But I think this may have been on last year's, but I try not to watch last year's so I don't feel influenced. Like I can't pick something, but you know, with the exception of the Thoth Curly Harris deck, because that would always be on the list, kind of like the Frouts Fairy Oracle would also. I threw that one out, the Oracle card one, because both of those are two decks I use all the time for me personally. All the time. But, yeah, let's see here. What's going on here? Yeah, I'm crazy. Never mind. So I think this may have been on there last year. There's the backs. Once again, this is a deck I reach for all the time. I remember when I got it, I thought to myself, oh my god, this is even more beautiful in person than it was in the pictures. I like this Three of Swords. It's kind of has a nurturing character to it, less than a bleeding one. I like that about them. It does change some things, like the devil is oppression, kind of stuff. But awakening, I think this one is. Okay. I don't know. It never did. Oh, there it is. 20. Looks like 20. I don't have my glasses on. So that's like the world. Or yeah, world, I think. It has my favorite Ten of Swords ever. I mean, oh. Usually Ten of Swords, you're like, and this one just goes, oh, there's like, it's that intense violet, red, violet, purple with all that sacred geometry in there. It really has more to do with release than the end of the pain. I don't know. Serenity, 9, which would be the Hermit. So it does change a few things. And in the context of this deck, it really, really works. And gorgeous, gorgeous imagery, well thought out, sweets and how she uses things. I love the colors. It's very cohesive. So extremely cohesive. And I think too, that's one thing, like Holly Simple too is also very cohesive. You know, she planned this out. I don't know if she created a lookbook before she started or if it's just her sensibility in general. This Knight of Swords is just very luscious too. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck. Still highly recommend this one, especially if you kind of have starseed inclinations. And this too, ugh, yum, yum, yum. Just get supported by the universe, people. Tend to grab for this, reach for this one a lot, especially for several repeat clients. It just adores them, so I use this quite a bit. Get on there. Okay. Next is the New Wave Tarot, which is probably one of my first independent deck purchases. That, I think, like Dame Darcy. This deck, I think, is now in a second edition. I have the first edition, which I think the new one has rounded corners and a different back. Once again, independent deck based on New Wave. And this is the music I listened to when I was a teenager. So, you know, it just was like a no-brainer. And Death with Genesis from Psychic TV was just kind of sealed the, oh dear, I gotta, oops. Let me just, okay. I'm using this deck for the Major Arcana for Crystal this year, so I have to make sure I don't start pulling, because I pull out my Major Arcanas, so I don't have to search for them every time. You have like, okay, let's just look at the Major Arcana. Let's forget the rest of the deck. You got Gary Newman, Magician, Sue from Susie and the Banshees as the High Priestess. Freaking Nina Hagen as the all-out badass Empress. It's just, it's well thought out. Nick Cave. I say it just someone must be thinking about me. You got Robert Smith and Mary as the lovers. Just, yeah. And you got Peter Murphy as the Emperor. I can never remember this dude's name, but he fits really good here on the Chariot. So you have this really well thought out concept of who the artists are. For my opinion, it's a little heavy on Depeche Mode, but I can deal with it. Oh, yeah, strength here with Grace. Oh, I mean, really, strength and Grace Jones. Get out. Ian Curtis is the Hanged Man. And there's... And really, the Susie one was like, oh yeah. And then when I saw the inclusion of Genesis and Psychic TV, I'm like, it's mine. I love Psychic TV so much. Mercy's Temperance, although I don't see how. Maybe it's because he needs to balance his morose nature. I don't know. Nicely done deck. I've really enjoyed this deck since I bought it. Yeah, Liz Fraser is the star. This one's hard to, there we go. Because she's so white compared to the background. Kate Bush is the moon. Oh, I mean, really, Kate Bush's moon's just real. Yeah, you got Depressed Mode Gather. Judgment. Pete Burns is the world. Yeah. Great deck. I think it's the 10 and 9 of Pentacles has like Boy George on it. It is like one of the most beautiful cards ever. Oh, there's the Fool. I didn't show you the Fool got like shuffled in there. But really, really nice deck. So you have Cups. Wands is eyeliner. I like how the cups are teacups. And Wands you have for eyeliner, which I think is really quite cute. Discs are just kind of like records kind of things. And the swords are microphones. And like, there's so just a really fun deck. Like I said, I think it's in the second edition. So the back I know has changed last time I looked at it. I don't remember why I was looking. I think I was linking it for someone. I've really enjoyed this deck. If you're into music, especially 80s New Wave, whether you grew up in that era or just enjoy the music, great deck. Okay. We'll save the one non-indie deck for last. This is Serpent Fire. Woohoo. I remember seeing some cards for it and I just fell in love with it. And she's not real speedy on the shipping, but whatever. I'm just so happy I bought this. So just be aware, if you do buy something from her, she's not the fastest shipper. And that's fine. Yeah, I guess she's not Amazon, but it took like about a month for me to get mine. So don't, if you're buying it for a present for someone, don't think it's going to come in a timely manner. So we got, there's our back. Beautiful deck. I also ordered She-Wolf, which is on pre-order. I think the official release date is the 8th of December. So I'm really excited when that shows up. This, it has some nudity in it. So if you have issues with naked women, because she works really with the divine feminine archetype, deserts, kind of Dune imagery, the book, movie, Dune, Kundalini energy. So there's a lot of snakes in it, because Kundalini is represented by the snake. But I also work with snakes, so I'm kind of down with having snakes in my deck. Yeah, I'm excited. I really enjoy this one quite a bit. It's been being used mainly, I have read with it though, mainly right now. I love this Emperor. Mainly for a daily draw for me. And same with the energy. And yeah, look at that Wheel of Fortune. Really, just beautiful, beautiful deck. Once again, very cohesive. I think sometimes too, when you have a deck that's not cohesive, it's been created by several different artists or more than one artist, and that can sometimes, I feel, just make it feel like discordant, I guess would be a good word. A little jangly. Look at that. It's like Frida Kahlo is featured here. I think she's the Queen of Pentacles, and Stevie Nicks has her card too. I can't remember who she was. Oh, that's pretty. 6 of Cups. I'm still grooving on this deck. Beautiful color, beautiful imagery. Different thought out. She has a couple different takes on some things, but really, if you want kind of a Kundalini based feminine archetype, lots of energy deck, this is a good one to buy. This is one of my favorites. This 10 of Cups is one I really, really love. So here's a Frida. Actually, I think there's 2 Frida cards. Come to think about it. Strength is 2 Black Panthers. So, oh, there's Stevie. She's Page of Pentacles. I thought she was Pentacles. Stevie Nicks. And this King of Pentacles, I don't know. That's interesting how like decks can get all kind of together sometimes. Who else? I want to show you the Star. Very little op art. There's the Tower. I mean, it's just great deck. I've really been enjoying it since I got it. Spring, summer, somewhere. Yeah, no, April. Yeah, I ordered it for my birthday and got it like, I don't remember when. So about a month later. She was having a spring sale too. So I don't know if that played into it. I'm just saying, if you're ordering from her for a present, order early. Okay, last one, and we have the Sacred Rose. This is the only non-independent deck on the list this year. There's the back. And actually, last year I used this one, Forget Crystal, for the Major Arcana. I really love this deck. I have really loved this deck for a long time. This is kind of since like the 90s. I love the colors. And just look at that Six of Pentacles. Isn't that gorgeous? I love these colors in it. I like how no one has any, like their eyeballs are all white. So it kind of has this weird otherworldly vibe to it. See, there's one you can really see. See, just white eyes. There's the moon. Great colors, great imagery. I enjoy this deck a lot. Of course, it's on the top 5, so of course I enjoy it. But just, you know, repeat that in case you forgot. I love this Three of Swords. I have this weak spot for swords. I really kind of like, if I don't groove on the imagery of a swords, I'm probably not going to buy it. It's like Death. Death is another one I really look at. If the Death card's kind of like, I probably won't be buying you. Swords. It's just really kind of, you can see, no eyeballs. Pentacles. There's Death. I think this is based on stained glass. Yeah, I think this was the one that was based on stained glass imagery. It has a Byzantinian feel to it, I feel like, but that's just me. I can't remember. There's Queen of Wands. There's my card. So, top 5 tarots. Top 5 tarots. Top 5 tarot. For 2017, mostly indie decks. And once again, we have the Sacred Rose. I put everything away. New Wave Tarot, Holly Simple, Serpent Fire, and Star Child Akashic Tarot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, probably tomorrow, because I'm doing Vlogmas. So, bye-bye.